Hey, Mrs. Hickel and I's friends. So today we're going to talk about how writers learn to get their characters out of trouble. So, the first part of our lesson today is going to be me reading you a scary story. So, make sure you're listening very well. You're in listening position. Ready? Okay. Sarah and Julie were walking to school. It was Julie's first day of kindergarten. Her big sister, Sarah, was going to keep her safe on the way to school. "Bye," they shouted as they left the house. "This is great," Julie said as they walked down the block. The sun was shining, the flowers were out. They turned the corner. That's when they saw it. They saw... Well, what comes next? Wouldn't it be mean if I just ended the story right there? That's a total cliffhanger. And that's exactly what we don't want in our story. We want to make sure our stories have a nice ending to them and we know how the story ends. So writers, today I want to teach you that readers love satisfying endings. One way writers create satisfying endings for their readers is telling them what happens to their characters at the end of a story. This makes the readers happy. Like, I'm sure that you guys have all read a book and it either ends in a fairy tale ending or it leaves you at a cliffhanger. And those cliffhanger books, the readers don't like those cliffhanger books as much as the ones who have happy endings, or at least one that has a clear ending and you know that the book is over. So, writers, I'm just finishing my Gretchen story. So, I wrote a lot more sentences. And I know I don't have the same writing paper as you do, so you guys are probably drawing amazing pictures with your writing, and I'll draw some too. But for right now, I'm just focusing on my writing and making sure that I have a lot to draw about. So, you can pause this and look at how much I wrote. You can even try and count my sentences. Ready? 3, 2, 1, pause. Are you back? Alright, I'm going to read it to you guys because I know that you guys love being read to. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Gretchen. Gretchen loved the outdoors and even had her own tree fort. One day, Gretchen stumbled upon a hurt animal. It wasn't just any animal. It was her pet dog named Max. Gretchen was frightened and she didn't know what to do next. So first she said to Max, "Everything will be okay. I'll call Mom for help." Gretchen called her mom and explained how Max hurt his paw. Mom reassured Gretchen that everything would be all right and she was on her way to the tree fort. The end. What do you think about my ending? Do you think I could just stop it right there? Pause and think about it. Can I stop my story right there? 3, 2, 1, pause. Are you back? What do you think? I cannot end my story like this. So, I want to make sure that I have a nice cookie cutter. And you know what a cookie cutter is? You know when you're making like shaped cookies for Christmas? Yeah, they're like perfect. And they make your gingerbread look really nice. We needed a nice cookie cutter ending to our story. So, the mom was on her way to the tree fort. Well, it can't end like that. I think my story can maybe end with Mom coming, right? So she said she was on her way, but she isn't there yet. So I can add Mom's coming. Mom came to the rescue. And she got Max. She put Max in the car. And her and Gretchen took Max to not the hospital, but the vet. Exactly. Good job. Alright, I'm going to add these sentences in. So I'm going to jot down some notes for myself. So Mom came. Gretchen and Max went with Mom to Animal Hospital. But what's one thing that we don't know? Like, we know Max made it to the hospital, but he only hurt his paw, so he'll be okay. So I need to include that in my story too. So I'll write another note to myself. Max gets medicine and cleaned up. And then should I add a little happy ending? They go home and they make sure that Max has a good night's sleep. So I'll write, all go home and get a good night's sleep. Okay, so now that you've read my story, I introduced my character to you. I introduced where it was taking place. I introduced the problem in the story. And then I solved the problem. But I didn't just solve the problem, but I ended my story. And remember, today's feature in my teaching point was that creating satisfying endings. And I think I satisfied you guys. I wrote a good story, and I know that yours are good too because I've seen them on Seesaw. Alright, so let's go over what we need to do in our story. We have our character, where it's taking place, what the problem is, solve the problem, and create a satisfying ending. Just 5 things. And you guys probably already have 3 of those 5 things. So really, all you need to add is solving the problem and creating a satisfying ending. 2 things. Alright, make sure that you update your writing on Seesaw and you show me. I don't just want to see your writing, but I want to see your wonderful pictures, okay? Thanks for tuning in.